Alright, there YouTube. Dubs Rider here, and we are down picking up the wife's new bike. So without further ado, I will show you. And there it is. All its glory. It's my first time riding a Spyder tonight, so we'll see. Got about a 2 hour, just under 3 hour trip home. So yeah, I'm gonna kind of figure out what I'm doing here and take a couple laps, and then I'll come back to you guys in a little bit. Alright, welcome back YouTube. I am driving the Spyder. It's my first time on a Spyder. I did a lap in the parking lot to drive home, just to kind of get a feel for the bike. But first initial thoughts is it does drive very different than a motorcycle, that's for sure. My wife got the SE5 model, so that it was a little bit easier for her. But it does drive really different than a motorcycle. Oh man, I can tell you this thing is completely different than a motorcycle. Let's see what she's got. Oh man, this thing's fun. Gotta figure out where the torque curves are, all that kind of jazz, but it's definitely fun. But yeah, it's got dials and analog and digital up there, which is kind of nice. I think I'm going to do the mod when I get home to unplug that dash so that you get the digital readout for temperature and gas mileage. I got this windscreen all the way up. It's got the electronic adjustable windscreen, and that makes a considerable difference. I can tell you, this thing is comfortable though. I mean, really comfortable. A little bit different seating position than what I'm used to on my CTX. But yeah, it's really comfortable. Kind of feel bumps a little differently and all that kind of jazz. It's kind of different. You can hear the motor, which is really nice. It's got a good sound to it now. This is the 2013, so it's got the 998, not the 1330. But for my wife, I think this is going to work out really nice. You know, she's not huge into speed anyway. And the heated grips on this thing, oh man, they are hot. Takes some getting used to with the brakes on with the brakes being down there. I keep wanting to reach out and do one of these numbers, but yeah, there's no brake there. So this bugger is fun though. Oh man, I see what Sean's always talking about. This bugger is fun. You kind of feel like you're kind of swaying on top of the seat though, but I think it's one of those unique feelings that I'm kind of used to sitting into the motorcycle a little bit more than than I am right now, and it feels like I'm kind of maybe sitting on top of it a little bit more. But I can tell you, I mean, it's first time jumping on a bike or on a Spyder, and I feel like I could take this thing across the country. They are confidence inspiring for sure. Close my lid there, probably had a lot of wind sound, but with this windshield up there, I get a little bit of breeze, but not bad at all. The mirrors are actually set perfectly. You can see really good behind you. Yeah, I really think she's gonna love this thing. It's really nice. It's got some pull to it too. For being a 998, it's got some pull to it. A little grunty bugger. But I got 2.5 hours, or just under 3 hours actually, on my way home tonight to play with this thing and let you know what my impressions are, and before I gotta hand it back off to my wife, because it's her bike. We'll see how long that lasts. But yeah, I'll come back at you a little bit later. Alright, welcome back there, YouTube. I've been riding for about another 10 or 20 minutes here, and had some time to go through some roundabouts and stuff, and this thing, it does not handle like a motorcycle at all. Well, I mean, the fact that you're out and, you know, in the open air, but the way it rides and feels, your counter steering is not there. Your body lean's completely different. I'm not saying it's bad by any means. This thing is a blast to ride, I swear. Still figuring out where the gear shift points are and stuff to the most amount of torque out of it, but this is a torquey little bugger. And you start getting between 4,000 and 8,000 RPMs, and this thing, she rips. This will be more than enough for my wife. It's a blast to ride. It's completely different than a motorcycle, but I'm telling you, it is a blast to ride. We are going to have some fun on this thing this summer. That is for sure. I've been riding with my visor up because, like this windshield, I don't really even need to have the visor down. This thing is fun for sure. But yeah, it does, you do feel like you're kind of sitting on top of the motorcycle, so when it turns and bends, it's, I don't know, it's got a weird little feeling to it. But I knew we had another one of these roundabouts coming up here, so I wanted to get on it coming out of the roundabout, kind of show you guys. This thing has got torque for days, and the brakes aren't bad. Like I said, it's different getting used to braking with your foot on a motorcycle. I mean, not that I don't use the foot brake, but not nearly as often as I use my hand brake. But I get on it coming out of here, and this, she goes. Oh, man, does she go. She goes for sure. Finally starting to figure out when's the best time to shift and stuff, and yeah, it's it's a blast. I gotta get me one of these. But see, on a curve like that, like, you gotta lean in as opposed to out. It's a little bit different different feeling, and I gotta pay attention to my wife back there. But see how you lean to the inside corner? Well, listen to that motor. Wow. Love the way this thing sounds. It definitely takes some getting used to the corners in this thing, but you gotta lean a completely different way than what you're used to. But yeah, I got the next 68 miles to coast on the highway here, so I won't bore you guys with the highway riding here, and I'll pick this up a little bit later. Alright, welcome back there, YouTube. So I've been on the highway now for, I don't know, 40-45 miles or so, and I have to say that, this thing is very, very, very comfortable on the highway. No complaints from that standpoint, but it is a very different sensation than riding a motorcycle. I don't know, I want to say it's like riding a snowmobile, but it's not quite like that either. Sometimes the back end doesn't feel quite as planted. You're kind of wobbling a little bit more. It's a whole different sensation. And counter steering does not work whatsoever. You can forget that. I would say that if this is the bike you're going to learn on, you'll be very comfortable right away. But riding a motorcycle and learning on a motorcycle and then jumping on one of these, it's a very different sensation than riding a motorcycle. So it would be harder to get used to. Now the pedal thing, I don't know, I got used to that. 15-20 minutes you get used to it. I use my right foot in the car to brake, so I don't really think that's a major problem. You get used to using the brake. Although I have found that on this model, it's a little weird the way they placed it. I don't know if they were trying to keep it out of the way so that you didn't accidentally hit it. But you do notice that it's kind of tucked in there a little bit. You gotta get your foot pushed in a little bit to hit that brake. So the heated grips on this thing, absolutely phenomenal. It's a little chillier out right now, but with this windshield up and these heated grips, I'm fairly comfortable. Nowhere near as miserable as I was this morning. And I've got the grips on low, I think. So they got them set at, and they're pretty toasty. So no complaints from that standpoint. It's just it's a completely different sensation, and it's not a bad thing at all. This bugger is fun to ride, and it's comfortable as all get up, I swear. Yeah, I haven't had any complaints so far, with the exception of having to kind of do things a little differently than counter steering and stuff like that, like I'm used to on my bike. I think initially I was trying to counter steer, and it just doesn't work that way. So, but yeah, I'm hopefully catch a nice sunset, because I'll kind of be going up, and we'll be heading back that way directly into the sun again. So hopefully I'll be able to watch the sunset a little bit. That'll be nice. Maybe I'll bring you guys back on for that. Sometimes with this GoPro, it doesn't really deal with harsh light all that great. So maybe I'll shoot some, maybe I'll use it, maybe I won't. But figured I'd give you an update and some initial thoughts. Not initial now, but about an hour in, what I still think of it. And I'll pop back on and give you some thoughts from hour 2. So yeah, I'll sign off for now. But yeah, I just wanted to let you guys get a look at that. I love those sunsets. There's 30 different colors on there. Just really pretty. And it's dropped a couple degrees. We're now down to well, the bike says 53, but I swear as soon as that sun tucked down behind behind the horizon there, we dropped a solid 5 to 10 degrees. It says it only dropped 2, but I can definitely feel it. But yeah, so far so good on the Spyder. Still getting used to the turning on the Spyder. It's especially high speed turning. I think it's just going to come with experience. It's kind of hard to get used to turning without counter steering and all that kind of stuff. So I think it's just going to take some experience, kind of trust the bike, know the bike's limits, and kind of figure out what you can do with it. So see, just like this, so you can feel that it pushes, and it doesn't feel stable. And that part of that could just be me not knowing the bike, but it doesn't have the most stable feeling, especially at higher speeds. Now lower speeds, everything is completely fine, but at higher speeds it definitely does not feel stable, and you can kind of feel some turning back and forth. So it's kind of hard to say whether it's me or the bike. Only time will tell, I guess. Maybe if you guys know some Spyder owners out there want to chime in and let me know if it's me just being paranoid, or got to get rid of them even more motorcycle tendencies, or what's happening. Let me know. But so far so good. I mean, the thing is comfortable, I'm not gonna lie, and it's fun. You don't have to worry about you know, you don't have to worry about balancing and all that kind of stuff. I mean, it's just fun. I would say the learning curve on this is very, very low. You don't have to sorry about that. You don't have to worry about learning how to ride a motorcycle on this thing. It's definitely it's very, very easy to pick up, hop on it, and just ride. So yeah, if you guys some other Spyder owners want to chime in, let me know kind of what maybe I just need to trust the bike, or what's going on. That would be great. And we'll see how well it picks up in the dark here. There's definitely, it's going to be dark here soon before I make it home. So if you guys want to let me know, that would be great. I'll pick this up later. Alright, welcome back there, YouTube. I figured I'd bring you on when it's a little bit dark out. I just had to stop for gas. I guess when you start riding this thing pretty heavily like I was, you you don't get very good gas mileage. So my wife is having me follow her the rest of the way home. Besides, this road's kind of known for deer and stuff too, so it's smart to just have her out in front. But as you can kind of see the pattern there at night, I don't know how well the GoPro's picking this up right now, but this little bugger is fun. It is very, very, very fun. And temperature has dropped a little more. Now the thing, or the ambient temperature on the bike, says it's the same temperature it was when I left. Well, I can guarantee you that is not the case right now. It is much colder than when I left on this thing. So I don't know how well to trust that anyway, but this bugger is pretty fun. Hopefully the videos coming out, you can see the just after sunset there's still a little light in the sky over there, but for all intents and purposes it's dark out, and the lights are pretty good on it. Can't complain. So I would have to say that, you know, anybody who's looking to get one of these things, it's a blast, and I'm glad we did. It is very, very fun. I think we are going to have a lot of fun on this summer. So Dubs Rider signing off. Hopefully when I get this video all put together, it won't be a week and a half from now. But thanks for watching, guys. Please like and subscribe, and I will talk to you guys later.